What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Banz here, back again with a video. And today we're gonna be watching a video by Bale, the Avatar Last Airbender, Cabbage Theory. If you don't know, if you haven't watched the show Avatar Last Airbender, apparently this is a theory about the cabbage guy. You know, the famous cabbage guy from the series, who, yet again, I don't know if he has a name, but well, the cabbage guy. I don't know if the cabbage guy has a name. But either way, I know I'm 4 days late, and I just found out about this video. I've been slacking on keeping an eye out for these type of uploads. But of course, with all that being said, though, there are many YouTubers I love to watch, so I tend to get carried away. And there's times where I can't even watch certain YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? I can't even check because I'm too busy doing other things. But of course, with all that being said, though, let me not stall any longer. Let's see what Bale got for us today. Well, for me today.
Water, earth, fire.
My cabbages! The cabbage merchant from Avatar The Last Airbender is a Fire Nation spy, and I believe he is the true villain of Avatar, secretly orchestrating the events of both shows. And also, I think—
Whoa, okay, hold on. That's a bit of a stretch.
he's cabbage bending, but we'll get to that part later. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but I promise you, this will be the most convincing Avatar theory you will ever hear. This is cabbage.
Bro, this editing is top tier. Bro, the photoshopping edit, bro, it's top, bro. The way everything looks just top tier.
Avatar The Last Airbender. I'm guessing most people who clicked on this video have already seen it, but on the off chance you haven't, it's basically a show where some people can control one of the 4 elements. And the Avatar, the only person who can master all 4 elements, has to stop the Fire Nation from taking over the world. But why would I possibly think that a random Earth Kingdom cabbage merchant is actually a Fire Nation spy? And a cabbage bender, but we'll get to that later. You know, he's just a
He's not a cabbage bender, but you know what? Keep going. I'm gonna let him cook.
funny running gag character. All we ever see him do is get his cabbages destroyed.
Yep.
My cabbages! My cabbages! My cabbages! My cabbages! Well, think about it. We are told many times throughout the show that there are Fire Nation spies.
He was probably trying to signal the Fire Navy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's a spy for the Fire Navy.
How do we know you're not Fire Nation spies?
Jet, he's just an old man.
He's Fire Nation. He was sent to eliminate me.
But strangely, we never actually see any of them. But at the same time, we know there must be spies out there because someone is giving Zuko very detailed information about the gang's whereabouts.
We're closing in on the Avatar's trail.
There have been multiple sightings of the Avatar.
Somehow Prince Zuko and the Fire Nation keep finding us.
And let me ask you this. Who does the gang constantly run into throughout the entire show?
Yep.
The cabbage merchant. Okay, I know it still sounds like a stretch, but don't worry.
No,
we're just
you're cooking.
In
You're
book
cooking.
3, the gang goes to see a Fire Nation play all about their adventures.
You guys are not gonna believe this. There's a play about us.
I'm the Avatar, silly. Here to spread.
Okay, first of all, crazy. Second, this kind of would make sense, but at the same time, it's like, how the fuck were they able? Like, how were they capable of knowing that Aang was frozen in an ice? You know what? Never mind. It's been a while since I watched the show, so it's probably some details I'm missing. So
Joy and fun.
Never mind.
It's basically just Fire Nation propaganda where the Fire Lord is shown as the good guy and wins in the end.
The world is mine.
But other than that, the plot of the play is surprisingly accurate.
Riddles and challenges must you face.
No, Jet, what did they do to you?
Must destroy! So where did they get all of this information about the gang?
His sources include singing nomads, pirates, prisoners of war, and a surprisingly knowledgeable merchant of cabbage.
Oh, that detail alone. Oh, okay. Oh, damn. Bro, my mind is baffled by that. So there go your evidence. That the cabbage guy definitely could be a spy. He definitely could be a finance spy. That line alone.
Knowledgeable merchant of cabbage.
Huh. Why
Yes.
did the Cabbage Merchant, an Earth Kingdom citizen, help them write Fire Nation propaganda? Because he's actually a Fire Nation spy. Okay,
Yeah.
wait. Maybe I'm just overthinking.
No,
this.
no,
Maybe
no,
he
you're
didn't
cooking.
necessarily know
That makes
he
sense.
Was helping the Fire
That-
Nation.
if that's an
For all we
actual
know,
line,
someone just asked
that
him
makes
about the
sense.
Avatar, and he was more than willing to complain about the guy who has destroyed his cabbages many times. You know, he might be a little petty, but there's no reason to think he's secretly trying to take down the Earth Kingdom.
No, I don't think. Is he? Like, I can understand he was feeding the Fire Nation information, but to take over the whole what's that Earth Kingdom called? Boxing Say? I'm sorry if I butchered it. It's been a while since I watched the show. Okay, you gotta give me a little breather. All right, you don't say your expectations low. Don't put it high. Put it low. Okay, put it low for me. Okay, show some love. Okay, a little bit of love will come a long way for me. Okay, I'm very sensitive when it comes to comments. You know?
In
We're
Book
back.
2, the Cabbage Merchant tries to take the ferry to Ba Sing Se, but
Yep,
he
Ba
gets
Sing Se.
rejected
I
by the
remember.
ticket lady.
I
If I remember
told you
correctly.
already. No vegetables on the ferry. One cabbage slug could destroy the entire ecosystem of Ba Sing Se. Security!
How?
My cabbages!
She destroys his cabbages to avoid risking cabbage slugs from getting into the city. Now, this may seem like a bit of an overreaction, but
True.
Ba Sing Se is a closed-off, self-contained ecosystem. If the wrong pest got in, it could quickly spread and be devastating for the city's
Oh, that's
agriculture and
true.
economy. And you know what's crazy about all this? She was right.
Oh, wow, I didn't catch
As
that.
the cabbage cart gets destroyed, you can just barely see a cabbage slug flying through the
That's
air.
a crazy like, okay, like that could be an error, but at the same time it doesn't look like an error. That is a cool detail. That just showed that there was a cool detail there showing that, bro, he could have actually done something to the ecosystem just with them cabbages, which could have been devastating. Ooh, and that one line from Sokka, who literally said that that the Fire Nation had helped their little propaganda from a merchant with cabbages. It's like, bro, his reputation is so far cooked, and we're not even halfway through the video. He's guilty already. He's guilty already.
Listen to what the lady says. A single cabbage slug would destroy the entire ecosystem of Ba Sing Se. If the cabbage merchant actually got into Ba Sing Se like he wanted, he would have personally been responsible for the downfall of the capital of the Earth Kingdom. Okay, that's not like a great look for the Cabbage Man, but
Of course.
maybe it was just an accident. No, I refuse to accept that. Look at this guy. He is so passionate and obsessed with his cabbages.
Off with their
Right.
heads! One for each head of cabbage!
Literally, his only
He waits
defining trait
too
is how
obsessed.
much he
It makes no
cares
sense.
about his
Nobody
cabbages.
this obsessed with cabbages. Unless, I mean, okay, let me take that back for a second. Because there are certain characters that are addicted to certain things for no reason. They're simply addicted to something extremely because of the fact is that they're just addicted to it. They love it. There are some people who got weird addictions. So it makes sense for a cabbage man to be, obsessed with his cabbage. Because when you find an addiction or you find yourself loving something loving something unconditionally, you show a certain type of affection that lead others to question your you know what.
Does this really seem like the type of guy who wouldn't know if he had cabbage slugs? He's a Fire Nation spy! But
I mean, he could have missed it.
I mean, he clearly has a vendetta against Aang, but why would he be
For all we know, he
intentionally
probably
trying
wasn't
to
being
take
careful.
down the Earth Kingdom? Well, Aang is not the only one who destroys his cabbages. We've seen him try to enter both Omashu and Ba Sing Se, and both times Earth Kingdom bureaucrats destroyed his cabbages.
What kind of slum do you think this is? Security!
Oh, wow.
And these are only the times that we actually know about. For all we know, this is a regular occurrence for him. And then he's forced to watch as they immediately let Aang, his mortal enemy, inside directly after him.
My cabbages!
I mean, he didn't bring cabbages, though. Just him.
Security! It is my pleasure to help.
All right, we scammed that lady good.
He didn't even have a ticket to get into Ba.
That's because of Bei Fong. That's because of Toph. She was her last name, Bei Fong, shows that she. Matter of fact, what was it? I think it was called a golden board. It was a golden board. It was a special ticket that Toph Bei Fong had, and so because of that, Toph used her connection to her family, who clearly was important people, to pretty much get them into Ba Sing Se. Not Ba Sing Se. Jesus Christ. Sometimes I feel like I'm butchering it. So it makes sense for them to get in. For the other one, I can see them willing it in their way. Like negotiating their way into the place. You know, because at the end of the day, the cabbage, because the same thing that happened when you try to get to Ba Sing Se, Just like how the bear destroyed the cabbages, and the other guards destroyed the cabbages because probably their little. I forgot, was that like a mine or something? I forgot what that area was. It probably would destroy what they had going on there too, at the other location. But they didn't have cabbages. They went there probably to visit somebody important. Probably, I think it was one of the places where King Boomy was at. But at the same time, I don't really think so. Like I said, my memory is a little bit rusty with certain moments and plots in the story, you know. But at the same time, one thing I will definitely, absolutely say is that this one seems a bit of a stretch.
Ba Sing Se, what the hell? And when Aang does destroy his cabbages and he tries to get justice,
You're gonna pay for this! Off with their heads! One for each head of cabbage!
guess what the Earth Kingdom authorities do to Aang?
What is your judgment, sire?
Throw them a feast.
They throw him a feast. The cabbage merchant has just as much reason to hate the Earth Kingdom. And I think that years of abuse and special treatment for the Avatar radicalized him into becoming a Fire Nation spy, attempting to take down the Earth Kingdom from within using infested cabbages. And you know what?
It's possible,
I don't
but
even think this was his only attempt to do this.
I told you already! No vegetables on the ferry!
The ticket lady says, I told you already.
This was his first time trying it.
This is not the first time he's tried smuggling cabbage slugs into Ba Sing Se. And when he tried to enter Omashu, listen to why the guards rejected him.
Rotten cabbages? What kind of slum do you think this is?
Rotten cabbages. I think the
Rotten
cabbage man
cabbages?
is once again trying to sneak in infested cabbages into Omashu. And you know what? I think this time he actually succeeded. Despite being rejected and having his cabbage cart completely destroyed, just a few minutes later we see him inside of the city with a whole new cart full of cabbages.
My cabbages! My cabbages!
Okay.
Like what? Did
That's
he just
a weird
find
gag.
a spare cart full of cabbages somewhere? No.
Right.
I actually think
That's
these
weird.
are the same cabbages. We know from Return to Omashu
Wait, how?
that there is a secret sewer entrance into the city beneath the gate.
A secret passage?
Which is exactly where the merchant's cabbages were thrown.
Yeah, but when they're being destroyed on the way down?
So I think the cabbage man went down there to retrieve his cabbages, discovered the secret entrance, and successfully brought the infested cabbages.
Oh, that's
into
a
the
bit of a
city
stretch,
to weaken
Alex.
it for the Fire Nation. And you know what's really crazy about this? It worked. The next time we see Omashu, it's been conquered by the Fire Nation.
The Earth Kingdom city of
Wow.
Oh no.
See, I knew that place looked familiar.
They even make a point to tell us how surprising this is and how Omashu had never been conquered for the entire 100-Year War.
I can't believe it. I know the war has spread far, but Omashu always seemed untouchable.
Up until now it was.
So why is it now suddenly so vulnerable? It's because of the cabbage merchant. And this is also exactly what happened to
it was
Boss Sensei.
far a bit of a
He
stretch,
was rejected
but
entry, his
this is
cabbages got
crazy.
destroyed, but then later we see him inside of the city with cabbages. What, did he take the fucking serpent's pass? And then shortly after he arrives and starts selling his cabbages, the city gets conquered by the Fire Nation.
Oh, there's a cycle.
Little pattern here. You can't deny
Hold
there's
on. Alex, I apologize in advance. Hold on, brother. You are cooking with some spice, okay? I apologize for my disrespect, okay? I will take my punishment as you wish. Please make it appropriate. Jesus Christ. I know some weird people on the fucking internet that will take that out of context. Jesus Christ, why did I say that?
Many connections. The Cabbage Merchant is working for the Fire Nation to help take down the Earth Kingdom and spy on the Avatar. And speaking of
We're
which,
back.
how exactly is the Cabbage Merchant spying on the gang? Like, obviously they've bumped into each other a couple times, but Zuko and the Ember Island players have a ton of information about the gang.
Here's what you missed.
Yeah.
You went to the Fire Nation, and you got better, and I got a sword, and I think Combustion Man died.
Like, way more than anyone should have. It almost feels like there's something else going on here. And if you don't believe me, I reached out to a certified Avatar expert to see if there was any more.
They're overanalyzing
knowing things they shouldn't.
Right, so like in
Avatar.
book 3, when everyone thinks Aang is dead, how
man,
does
I
Zuko's
almost
assassin
butchered his
Combustion
name,
Man
Jesus
keep
Christ.
finding them? It couldn't have just been
I watched his
dumb luck
videos.
3 times in 8 episodes that he was just around, right? Seems unlikely. And how'd they know to put Toph in a wooden cell anyway?
I'm gonna turn you in and collect a reward. Then you metal bend yourself out of jail. Hey, what kind of cell is this?
A wooden one.
If you think about it, no one in the Fire Nation should know that metal bending exists. Toph only created it a few
Yeah.
weeks ago, and the only people that have seen it are from the Earth Kingdom and the Fire Nation troops aboard that ship who were probably just horribly killed by the serpent. And Toph never uses metal bending in her scams in that episode, only earth bending. So why in the world would the Fire Nation town guards think they use
Wait, hold on. Go back.
Have seen it are from the Earth. And
Wait,
Toph
it's like you said, the Fire Nation guards seen it. If no Fire Nation guards survived, it's possible that they would have spread the information that she is a Pacific Earthbender that could use metal. So keep her away from metal. So they put her in a wooden cell. It makes the most sense. It's possible that the Fire Nation guards has survived. It's possible. Seriously, all she did was force them to fall in the water. Why, yes, there was a chance that the serpent got to them, but there's no guarantee that the serpent actually noticed them. Due to how big the serpent is, it probably wouldn't pay so much attention to humans. Due to his body mass, it needs a lot of calories. You're gonna need a lot of calories, and humans are not gonna suffice his hunger. But who knows? It's give or take. It's a 50-50 chance that the Fire Nation guards that fell in the water and most likely never got rescued either survived or not survived. We don't know. But it's possible that the Fire Nation guards one of those Fire Nation guards probably survived. One of them, maybe two of them survived. And, of course, relay this information to the Fire Nation.
Toph never uses metal bending in her scams in that episode, only earth bending. So why in the world would the Fire Nation town guards think they use a wooden cell when they're not even aware that metal bending is a thing?
Thank you, Mr. Overanalyzer.
Wait, but didn't you say that Toph actually used it in front of the fire guards? Hold on.
Toph only created it a few weeks ago, and the only people that have seen it are from the Earth Kingdom and the Fire Nation troops aboard that ship.
Fire Nation troops aboard the ship? Hello? Like, it's very possible that those guards didn't all die, and that they knew that she was unique and that she knew metal bending. And I could understand if it was like an inconsistency right here, where it was like they knew that she could metal bend, but even though it's probably a chance like, oh, they all died in this scene. It's like, okay, then that wouldn't correlate to how the Fire Nation knew. it's possible that probably one or two of these guards have survived, resulting in them relaying this information to the Fire Nation, and the Fire Nation knew, put her in the metal gate, she'll escape. Put her in the wooden gate, we're all set to go. And that's if there's no inconsistency, like saying that shit, what was it? Like there was a specific part, like let's say there was a specific part in the scene where they were like, we didn't know that Toph, we didn't know this Miss Bayfall, this young kid Toph, this little random Earth kid can't metal bend. We didn't know that. And that if that happened in the scene after this, then it's like, okay, now it's questionable, because how did y'all know? Because if there was an episode after this saying, oh, we don't know, we didn't know, then it'd be kind of weird, because that means that these Fire Nation guards never told y'all about metal bending. So y'all should have not known what metal bending was. Somebody has to relay the information. And the only people I could think of possibly relaying this information, no one. There's no one I can actually think of, except for the Fire Nation people during the final battle. That's all I can think of. But this is clearly before it.
Who were probably just horribly killed by the serpent. And Toph never uses metal bending in her scams in that episode, only earth bending. So why in the world would the Fire Nation town guards think to use a wooden cell when they're not even aware that metal bending is a thing?
Thank you, Mr. Overanalyzing Avatar. So, how could the Fire Nation possibly know all of this? Especially the stuff in Book 3 when the Cabbage Merchant isn't even around. It's almost like the Fire Nation has another way to spy on the gang.
Don't tell me.
That still involves the Cabbage Merchant, even if he isn't nearby. Okay, here's where my theory goes into full-on tinfoil hat conspiracy mode, so just brace yourself. There's a really strange detail in the episode The Puppet Master, an episode that the Cabbage Merchant isn't even in. But still, I honestly think it's one of the strangest things in the entire show. In this episode, the gang goes to a Fire Nation market and Katara buys a cabbage. Except there's something very weird about this cabbage. It clearly has a very creepy looking face on it.
What the fuck?
Huh? I swear, this is actually in the show. I did not edit this in. It's never even acknowledged in the episode. It's just a weird, creepy face watching the characters for no reason.
It could be a way of that animators fucking with us, to be honest.
Okay, so I have a theory, but what I'm about to say is gonna sound completely insane. It's probably the stupidest possible thing I could say.
Come on, we live in a world where there are people who literally allow themselves to get pooped on for money to buy. Trust me. This is the most sane thing I heard today. And most likely will be the most sane thing I hear today. So keep cooking, Alex. Keep cooking.
But
let's keep cooking.
What if the Cabbage Merchant is using the cabbages to spy on the gang? Yes, I believe that the...
Nigga, you saying he's a cabbage bender and that he can use the cabbages to see? I'm sorry, but wouldn't that make him... That wouldn't make him a bender. That would make him something on the level of a spirit, wouldn't it? Like, that would make him... That wouldn't make him a fire... Not only would that make him like a fire... He wouldn't be a Fire Nation spy. Instead, he's somebody who's associated with the Fire Nation. But just like how there are like beings, like mystical beings, and like beings of unholy nature that exist, I'm starting to feel like he's gonna say that Cabbage Man is like one of them. The cabbage guy here is one of them. Like he's not a Fire Nation, Earth Nation native. He's not a bender. No, he's something more dangerous.
Cabbage Merchant is a cabbage bender.
That's a bit of a stretch. And yes, it does sound like crazy.
I know that sounds stupid, but I swear it makes sense. Just hear me out. In this show, there
Alright, let's
is
hear
a
our
precedent
cuckoo head.
for being able to spy on people through vegetation, with the swamp.
I think I know how to find them. Everything is connected.
Oh, hold on.
Come on, we gotta hurry.
And it isn't even just like an avatar
Oh,
power either.
wow.
Toph can use the swamp vines to literally see the entire world.
I'm more connected to the world
Wow.
than you've ever been. I can see Sue and Lin, Zaofu and Republic City. I see everything.
Now, obviously,
Oh,
this
hold on,
cabbage is
that-
not part of the swamp, but
Ooh, but I'm seeing what he's saying. It's very possible that the cabbage guy has the ability to manipulate his cabbage in a similar way. Like, I don't know how he would do it, because obviously the difference between what you're trying to explain and what we just saw is that when Aang did it, he literally detected how things were going by actually coming in contact with the ground and knowing what's happening in the environment. But this is a little bit different. The way that I can see this happening is that that the cabbage is like on the floor or it's in somebody's hand, and then he sends the energy straight through everything, including the human body, to the point where it reaches the cabbage, and the cabbage allows him to see things. But that'll kind of ruin the point of the cabbages, because why not just use people? Who knows?
major theme of Avatar is how separation is just an illusion and everything is connected.
I get how the tree is one big thing, but the whole world?
Sure. You think you're any different from me, or your friends, or this tree?
The greatest illusion of this world is the illusion of separation. Things you think are separate and different are actually one and the same. Even the separation of the 4 elements is an illusion.
We're all connected. Everything is connected.
So everything in this world, including the cabbage merchant and cabbages across the entire world, are connected. And I think the merchant is somehow tapping into this connection to spy on the gang. I think, like, technically you could do this with anything in Avatar. He's just, like, really honed his ability on cabbages. He's cabbage bending, and I have evidence to prove it. This weird spiritual connection to cabbages explains why he's so obsessive and protective of them.
Off with their heads! One for each head of cabbage!
And it also explains why he's constantly feeling them for some reason. He's not just randomly caressing a cabbage, he's connecting with it through cabbage bending. And if you don't believe me, one time while he's feeling a cabbage, we can see him literally sense the gang coming. Like, yeah, there was a falling sound, but if you listen closely...
But let's be real here. Even though there was a falling sound, let's be real. In real life, you're not going to hear something fall. I mean, you probably had sense that something's falling because you probably look down the ground. You're probably looking down on the ground and you're like, wait, hold on, wait a damn minute. Is that a shadow? And you look up and it's like, okay. But the thing is, he has like a little roofing on his little cart that blocks the shadow, so he wouldn't be able to see something coming down. And the chance of you hearing something coming down it is not highly likely that you'd be able to dodge from hearing that. So he most likely he would have got hit unless he was extremely lucky. He would have got hit. So far I'm thinking, bro, he sensed this. He probably sensed it coming and just dodged it.
He senses them before we can hear the sound. He sensed them through the cabbage. This also explains how he would have been able to find the secret entrance into Omashu. His cabbages fell down near the entrance, allowing him to sense it. I know it sounds crazy, but the evidence is here. The cabbage merchant is cabbage bending. Every time we see cabbages in this show, the merchant is using them to spy on the gang. He is always watching them. He's not just some random, funny background character. He is a highly skilled double agent working for the Fire Nation. And if you still, after all of this, don't believe that, then let me ask you this. How did a failing cabbage merchant get enough money to start an extremely successful technology company in the Legend of Korra?
Cabbage Corp,
Wait.
Republic City's trusted name in technology for over 50 years.
No! Not my Cabbage Corp!
They even built a
That is a good question. How the fuck did he afford that? Hey, let's be honest. After the 100-year war, it's possible that once everything became peaceful, hey, he probably was cut some slack. You know what I'm saying? Like, that after the 100-year war, everything was fine. And then later on, Korra came into the picture, and well, Corey storylines, you know how they go.
massive statue of him in Republic City. They don't just hand these out. Not even Katara got a statue. The cabbage merchant built his empire with blood money he was paid by the Fire Nation to take down the Earth Kingdom. And he has gone on to become one of, if not the most rich and powerful people in all of Avatar. Alright, there you go. Bet you didn't expect the My Cabbages guy to be the true villain of the show. You know, at least he doesn't seem to be doing it anymore.
He's a villain.
In fact,
he can
in
be a
Legend
villain
of
because
Korra,
of this,
his company
but
is
not a
actually
true
the
villain.
main supplier of airships for the Earth Kingdom now. So, you know, it seems like he's gotten over his grudge. Maybe this is even his way of trying to make up for all the damage he's done to the Earth Kingdom. You know, maybe this story actually has a happy ending after all.
Don't worry, I have a plan. These airships that Cabbage Corp sold to the Earth Kingdom are way cheaper than the ones Future Industries built. No, that's just shoddy workmanship.
Oh my god. Oh my god. He's still fucking doing it.
The controls are busted. It's not my fault this airship's a hunk of junk.
Even generations later, the cabbage merchant is still secretly weakening the Earth Kingdom. But why? Is he still working for the Fire?
I mean, he could be one of the corporals who just simply don't want to invest in good technology or infrastructure. He probably just like, you know what? Let's go with the cheapest option available. Like, you gotta look at real life examples for this one.
Fire Nation? Wait a second. No, he can't be. In Legend of Korra, the Earth Kingdom and the Fire Nation are not enemies anymore. The new Fire Lord is even like super against the idea of fighting the Earth Kingdom.
The Fire Nation has spent too much of its history fighting nonsense wars, and I refuse to drag my nation into another one unless there's no other choice.
Why is the cabbage merchant still doing this? Who is he working for?
Because he's probably being cheap. I don't think it has I don't think it has something to do with the Fire
How did I
Nation.
miss this? The cabbage merchant is a member of the Red.
God damn it. Okay, Alex, you need to quit. You need to quit. All right, somebody needs to. You've been drinking too much coffee, sir. You've been drinking too much coffee. Because there is no fucking way we're getting this far. There's no fucking way we're getting this far. There's no way we're going this far.
Red Lotus.
No, Alex. Now you definitely look crazy. Now you definitely look crazy.
And we're told that there are more Red Lotus spies out there, even though we never actually end up seeing them.
And even with Zahir locked up again, we still don't know how many Red Lotus members might be out there, hiding.
That kind of sounds familiar. They hate governments and secretly took down the Earth Kingdom from within. You know, that actually kind of reminds me of someone. They hate the Avatar and even tried to kill her.
Now, destroy the Avatar! Off with their heads! One for each head of cabbage!
And each member of the Red Lotus is a highly unique and specialized bender. Cabbage bending. No, that's crazy. He can't be. He's not an anarchist. He's just the funny cabbage guy. The Red Lotus is a group that originally split off from the White Lotus.
We are what the White Lotus was meant to be, but after the 100-year war, the White Lotus lost its true purpose. Its members came out of hiding and openly served the Avatar.
And you know, you'd probably think that if they're just like the White Lotus but more extreme, their logo would probably be just a red version of the White Lotus's logo, but no,
No, it's not.
They did a full-on redesign. It doesn't even look like a lotus flower anymore. But you know what it does look like?
Don't say it.
Cabbage! It's a
God
fucking
damn it!
cabbage! She can't keep getting away with this. Fuck!
Alex, why the fuck did we let you cook? Alex, keep your sanity, please. We love you too much, okay? Keep your sanity, bro. You're reaching so far now. Bruh, that's funny. Bro, the moment Alex has said that Cabbage Guy was a secret member of the Red Lotus, that's where I gotta draw the line. I gotta draw the line. Jesus Christ. No, draw the line. Ugh, my nasty ass. Ugh.
Okay, bye. Thanks for watching my funny cabbage video. Goodbye. I think I might have really fucked up my voice on this one.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, that's my theory. Thanks again to Overanalyzing Avatar for helping out with this theory. That guy has like an encyclopedic knowledge of this show, so go check him out.
A cabbage merchant in Avatar? What are you talking about?
I know I'm not like the first person to ever notice some of these details, but as far as I can tell, no one's
it's still a good topic to talk about because it's interesting if this was all true.
SpongeBob bonus video.
This would be interesting as hell.
I know you guys have been waiting a long time for it, but
will open up a crazy
it's just
story.
a very big project, and I still gotta post smaller videos like this in the meantime. That video is gonna be over 4 hours long, and over an hour and a half of it is just new SpongeBob theory content. So it'll be worth the wait, I promise, and it should be a nice send-off to the SpongeBob part of my channel.
That's a lot, Alex.
If you want an early look at one of the new SpongeBob mini-theories that's gonna be in the video, you can watch it on my Patreon right now for $5. And also, you get some...
Alright, I'm gonna end it right here. I'm not gonna let it continue. But, one thing I would say... Actually, no. Wait. Is he still doing that thing where he shows on the cover? Okay, no. Okay. I'm gonna end the video right here because pretty much this is the end of the video. This is Avatar Last Airbender Cabbage Theory. There's so much... And I just want to say that he was cooking. Right? Because for him to be a cabbage bender, that would be actually pretty unique. I mean, it would be kind of weird, but it will be unique and will make sense. Especially when you look at swamp bending, that makes sense. Where cabbage bending can be a mixture of. Wait, wouldn't that be a mixture of earth and water? That would be a mix of earth and water, but yet he's a Fire Nation. Oh wait, because he practically gets shit on by the Earth Nation, so it's possible that he betrayed his very nation. So, why look at that way? The camera right there. What the fuck? All right, but damn, I did it again. But so far, the moment he said that he probably a secret member of the Red Lotus was quite pushing it, because I doubt that the Cabbage Guy has beef with the actual Avatar herself. I think it just he really did not like Aang and his group. But at the same time, who knows? You know, this stuff can actually make a very interesting storyline going forward. If they ever drop a new Avatar show. You know what I'm saying? Where Avatar, Legend of Korra, Avatar, Last Airbender, and now, who knows, probably got Avatar, The Legend of, I don't know, Wong or something. I don't fucking know. But, anyway, this was an interesting theory. I love it because he actually was cooking and it was actually making a hell of a lot of sense. But at the same time, there were certain parts that had me questioning it. But besides that, I'm still glad that I watched this. With all that being said, though, I'm gonna end it right here. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, do all that sexy jazz. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Okay, deuces.